Hey guys, how's it going? We are here. It has been 3 weeks since I've been able to do this reveal video. I've had these cards, just haven't been able to talk to you about them. Um, Normally I would do a blind reveal, but today it's going to be a little bit different. We're just going to go in order from lowest grade to highest grade. I had a few cards sent out for a couple people in the community here, and so I had to go through and pull those out. So it's not a blind reveal, but I do hope you still enjoy it. We've got a mix: basketball, football, baseball, One Piece, all kinds of stuff. We got some tennis in there. So yeah, we'll just go over the cards and show you everything we got. We're gonna go up worst to best though. Here we go. All right. So starting right here. We have Shai Gilgis Alexander, Obsidian Supernova. Nice looking card. I was very surprised by this. I was looking at the corners and everything. They looked pretty good. Um, you know, the they looked like corners and the edges look clean. I know it's a little bit thicker because it is obsidian, but I was very surprised by this grade. Um, Getting a 7. The surface got a 6. The edges 8.5, centering 9, corners 9. So very low grade on this card for some reason. I truly I don't know why. Like I washed or cleaned all the surfaces. I didn't wash. I didn't put these cards in the water and soap, but I cleaned the surfaces. I mean, I looked at all of these things. This one really surprised me, having that numbered shy, but that's kind of what happens. Up next, we have a Yamamoto. This one looked pretty good. I was trying to just get another card to send off. I thought it was a nice looking card, and the way he pitched, he had, but at the time I submitted him, he had just almost pitched a no hitter, not a no hitter, a shutout. No, it was a no hitter. Never mind. No hitter against my Orioles. And, and eighth inning, 2 outs. Jackson Holiday comes to the plate, hits a home run like 3 feet over the fence. So eighth inning, 2 outs, and it's all down to that pitch. Doesn't get his no hitter, but I figured we'd send it in. Very surprised on this one. The centering got a 7 on this. I you know, looking at this, I you can tell that it's definitely off center here to here, but based on that, I don't know. Getting a 7 just surprised me. I figured maybe like an 8 or 9, but I didn't think it'd be getting a 7. So that one was a surprise too. But that's what we got. Surface got an 8, edges got an 8.5, corners got a 9. Again, the corners, I mean, that one up there is a little bit soft. You can see some whiting, but other than that corner, I don't know. And the edges, they all look pretty clean to me. I don't see a lot of fluff or like the extra chrome dust or anything on the edges here. Maybe it's just this top part, but I don't know. Again, I was surprised on that one. What can you do? Oh, I forgot. I didn't even say Star Wars when we were going over it, but that's what's next. We do have Star Wars, 1 of 25. We have a Luke Skywalker. I mean, of course, Luke's always going to be popular when it comes to Star Wars. I thought it was a nice looking card. I mean, all of these I did. That's why I sent them off for grading. Um, Corners look good. There's a little bit of whiting there, tiny bit there maybe, but. as you see, 8.5. The edges on this card, for some reason, got an 8. I don't know. Corners got an 8.5. I mean, that, again, surprise. These are very much corners here. They're not rounded. I don't see whiting, except from what I just told you, just that little bit. But those got some pretty low grades. 8 on the edges and 8.5 on the corner. I don't know. Centering 9.5, surface 9.5. So you tell me. Just a surprise for sure. This one was another Star Wars card. This was fun, a fun pull. Got this out of a blaster. Star Wars blasters this last year were very, very good to us. Got quite a few hits. Got a nice numbered autograph. Had a few of these case hits. They overall pretty good blasters to us. We did not get the triple auto. That's what we were trying to get, but we didn't get it. Again, corners, edges, I think they all look good. I don't see any whiting on the surfaces here. The corners look like corners to me, but this came back a 9. Corners had a 9, edges had an 8.5. I don't see any whiting. Usually when I know that the grades are coming down is when you can see some of the chrome start to peel, or you can see some white on the edges. I don't know. That one surprised me too. You guys let me know. You might be more of an expert. I have no idea. I thought these were good looking cards. I don't see anything on the edges here, but clearly I missed something. Centering and surface 9.5, so got a pretty good score. Can't complain, but like I said, started with the worst and then we're moving up. So the fact that we're on 9s already, overall, I would still say a pretty good submission. All right, and we're into One Piece. There's going to be plenty of One Piece coming up. I tell you guys all the time, submit it to Beckett. This is from OP1 Romance Dawn. So my son actually really likes Kaido. The deck that we started playing with, OP1, was this one. I expected this one not to have a super high grade just because we played games with it. At the time, not really thinking anything about it. Yeah, I know that this is an alt art of the leader here, but I figured let's just play the game, have some fun. One Piece was not at all going crazy at that point in time. It was very easy to get stuff, walk past all the Pokemon resellers and investors, go buy some One Piece, and that was easy to get. It's a little different now, but centering 10, corners 10, edges 9.5, surface 8.5. So, like I said, not super surprised by the surface, but just unfortunate. Got a 9, still with a couple 10s. Pretty good condition on the card overall, even though we used it to play a few games with. So I'm happy. All right, here we have our first football coming up. Red Pandora, Drake May. You guys know I'm a Patriots fan. Got into plenty of things going for Patriots. I was really happy to pull this one. Also pulled the Jaden Daniels. We only got a couple boxes, so I was happy getting the Jaden Daniels. But here's a Drake May. I thought this one looked pretty good. Centering looks pretty nice to me, but when you get the grade, centering got an 8.5. Corners got a 9. This is a submission. The corners got absolutely hammered on this one. And I don't understand. Most of the time, if you have corners and you don't have whiting on the card, you have a pretty good corner and get a good corner grade. So this submission, not really sure what happened, but all of the corners got really hammered here, low grades. I think it kept a lot of the grades down as far as this goes. I think it could have pretty easily gotten a 9.5, but again, centering on this one, maybe top to bottom is what they are seeing. But I don't know. I don't know why this centering got an 8.5. Seems a little low. Corners getting a 9. But it's a Drake May. Either way, it's still gonna move. It's gonna be a nice looking card. So there you have that one. I was really excited about this one. Got this one in the same break as that red Pandora Drake May, but we got the football emojis. So it looks very, very good to me. Again, corners all looked really nice here. What I do see afterwards, so I tried to look at my old pictures. Unfortunately, I didn't have a like zoomed in version of the corners here, but I'll tell you what is going on. This corner is definitely the issue. You maybe can see a little bit happening right there, that little thing. But when I flip it over, when you look closely, I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up, but it's like it got smashed this way, like pushed in. I don't remember that when I submitted this card, so that is super unfortunate. I don't know if it got damaged when it was being examined. Again, I tried to look at my old pictures of it, especially on the back here. I have a lot of the pictures of the front. It did look better than this, but I can't see exactly what happened on the back. I didn't have a good zoomed in corner picture of this one. More, it was just like a view like this. And from here, you can't really see the damage, so that unfortunate to me, I guess. I'll have to make sure I take some extra pictures next time. But because of that corner, they gave it an 8.5. Centering was a 10, edges 9.5, surface got a 9. I'm guessing because of that little bit here in the corner, which comes onto the front side now. But I really don't have any memory of this. I didn't see that before. The pictures I have don't have that little dot right up there on the top. You can see it right there. That's probably the best view. So just that's unfortunate, you know. What can I do about that to prove none of my pictures were I didn't have all the corners front and back of every card. My fault, I guess, but I really don't remember that being there. So I had really high hopes for this one, thinking it would get a 9.5, possibly a 10 even. So there we are. What can we do? Still a great card, but that was not what I was hoping for. You guys might remember this next card. We, of course, on the channel do a Wife Wars where we battle most of the weeks. We haven't done it because I've been sick, but we opened up some mega boxes of 2024 Topps Chrome Update. I lost the battle, but this card was hit in one of those battles out of a mega. 8 out of 15 Jackson Holiday Black Orange Lava. Great card. Love this hit. Immediately, the one thing I noticed, it's not centered the best here. That was off. Everything else looked good on the card. Centering got a 9, surface 9, edges 9, corners 9.5. So, as I was telling you, the corners got hammered, but this card, the corners actually did better than everything else. Now, Usually when it comes to cracked ice or lava versions, parallels like this, the surface always has a rough time grading. Don't know if it's because of the different reflections, refractions of the light or what, but I don't know. It's really hard to get a good grade on those kind of cards. So not sure what that is about, but that's just how it works out. So we got a 9. Edges, again, I'm surprised. Even looking at the back, I don't see any fluffing on the edges. They seem very clear cut, nice crisp edges, but somehow got a 9. This next card, I was really happy with. One of the ones I was looking forward to most, and still one of the ones I like the most. Michael Jordan Center Stage from 1993. These cards, hard to find in good condition, hard to get good grades on too because of the early foil cards. Usually you'll see whiting all the way around the edges. Not so much here. But I picked it up for $7. Decided this one looked really good to send off. Came back a 9 with 2 9.5s on centering and surface. Edges, corners, got a 9. I'm not too surprised on the edges. Like there's a little bit here. That corner has some whiting, a little bit of whiting down there. So not super surprised, but overall, great looking card. Getting a 9, nice card here. Definitely no complaints on that one. All right, cracked ice. Told you about that one. We got a Caitlin Clark cracked ice coming up next. Rookie. The centering to me looked a little bit off. Definitely thicker here than here, but overall, edges got a 10. Surface is what killed us. 8.5. Like I was telling you, I don't know why cracked ice, the lavas, the waves, they just have a tough time on surfaces when it comes to grading. Corners and centering both got a 9.5, so not too bad, but yeah. Got a 9, Caitlin Clark. I mean, she's going to be on my PC for probably ever, just like this guy, Shohei Ohtani. Sent off a bunch of rookies and just a bunch of Shoheis. And then I have some more to send off on this next one. But had a bunch of these. Most of them I picked up 5 to 10, even maybe $20 occasionally. Early on, like 19, 20, telling people like this guy's the next thing. Like he's not even the next Babe Ruth. He is the one of one Shohei. So anytime people said they had Shoheis, I was just buying. Most of the time, the cards that I picked up, they weren't even in top loaders. A lot of these cards I found just in penny sleeves, in like the dollar bins, the $1 to $3 to $5 things like that. So I'm not super surprised that a few of these got 9s just because of how I found them and where I found them. That one did get a 9, edges 9, corners 9. Probably one of the ones I got from one of those boxes. Just wasn't in a top loader. But it's a Shohei rookie. Can't complain. Same with this one here. Bowman Platinum. The edges here look good. I thought it was a good looking card. But again, corners and edges came back a 9. Centering 9.5, surface 9.5. The edges, especially on the black card, I'm very surprised they came back a 9. I don't see any whiting all the way along here. The back, even this part, this is all black. I don't see whiting, fluffiness. I don't see any of that kind of stuff. So another card I really don't know why that one got a 9, but sure enough, it did. This is one of my favorite cards. You guys probably just saw it there. The Shohei Cherry Blossom. I love these cards. This one, that top corner definitely had some fluffy, some edging, maybe like a little bit of roundness on it. So you can kind of see it, maybe not so much on the camera, but I'm not too surprised. This one I figured would get a 9 on the corner just because of that one. Centering got a 9, edges and surface 9.5, but still by far one of my favorites. And it's not even a super rare card. I just love these. These are so cool. So happy with that one. Well, you guys might notice there's no more stock over here. So that was all of the cards that were 9 or less. We're going to go on to 9.5s. You'll see a lot of other One Piece coming up. We're going to start to go just a little more quickly through these because a lot of them well, I think they're just good grades. So we're going to start off with my favorite One Piece character, Dracula Mihawk. This is from the 7 Warlords Binder set. Got a 9.5. Corners got a 10. Surface, edges, centering, all 9.5s. Super surprised by these. I know they can't all be black labels, but I feel like they, as well as Bandai does with just general printing, when they make these specialty sets, I feel like they put even more effort and more precision into what they're doing. So I figured that these cards would come back a little better, even if they came back a 10, like a few 10s and a 9.5, even if they weren't all black labels. But, well, you know, it's all based on the graders, so, and what they think. But I'm happy. We got a Mihawk, got a 9.5. We got a Nami starter deck again. That one, the surface, I got a 9. Not sure why this surface got so roughly graded. Maybe you can see the textures here. My guess is because of the texturing on the card, that did something to warrant the 9 on the surface. Everything else a 9.5 though, so the card got a 9.5. It is very rare that One Piece cards will get less than a 9.5. With Beckett, most of them, if you're going to PSA, most will get a 10 also. Boa Hancock, this is also from the 7 Warlords. 2 10s, 2 9.5s. A lot of the cards are going to have that, as you'll see here. But they just do such a good job with these. Love the artwork. Definitely will be collecting them. Love playing the game if you guys don't play it. Love the show. Love the anime. Here we got a championship Sabo 2024. 2 10s, 2 9.5s. Also very happy with this card, being that it's one of the shorter print ones coming from the championship. This one, this one I did think would get a black label. I had very high hopes for this one. The centering, when I measured, all looked good. I didn't see any whiting, didn't see any differences between all of these here. I had very high hopes on this one. But again, 2 10s, 2 9.5s. I don't know. This, of any of them, this one I actually had the highest hope for. And there's one other one that I was really hoping. I didn't think it would get a black label, but I was hoping, and I'll show you that one when we get to it. This one, though, the 9.5, 2 10s. Can't say too much other than that. This one I was really happy about. The centering 9.5, edges 9.5. And then corners and surface both getting a 10. This is one of the SP cards of Queen, as you see here, coming from OP8. I love all this little gold, the accents here, all the gold foils, everything that you can see. Try to show you the best I can. Just One Piece SPs. They're such nice looking cards. This one we got, this one was actually an old one. I'm not sure why this one's in there, but we'll just go over it again. We got 10s. The label on this one is not the correct label. So I'll see if we can get that one with the correct label or anything. But that is just from OP2. So this part's correct, but I don't think it's the One Piece Summit Decisive Battle Japanese, because this is very much English. So we'll see about getting that label correct. This next one I was really hoping. This is a big card still, but if you remember watching when I was doing the personal box of PRB2, only got one box. We pulled this. I was super surprised. That was the first manga that I had pulled for myself. Just completely caught me off guard. Wasn't expecting it at all. One box, opened it up. Sure enough, there it was. 2 10s on the centering. The edges got a 9.5. The surface, or the edges got a 9. Surface got a 9.5. The edges, the only thing that I can find, and we'll see if I can show you, that white right there, that little white piece, that is the only thing I see all the way around this card, is that little bit. So I don't know if I just try to take that little fluff off somehow or what, but if that's what it takes to get marked down to a 9, it's hard to get a black label. So still a great card. Can't complain with the 2 10s. I don't see any other issues on the front side here. It literally is that little fluff, that tiny little fluff right there. But oh well. This one I'm happy with. 9.5, 2 10s, 2 9.5s. Trying to collect all of the English Dawn versions, gold Dawns, foil Dawns, regular Dawns, with the PRB sets. That's a lot of Dawn, but I'm trying to collect all of them. I know they have a couple Dawn special sets that they put out also, so it's a lot, but especially these gold ones, I really want to try to get all of them and try to get them graded eventually too. So here's another gold one. This one's crazy. This one, 10, 10, 10, and then 9 on the centering. So you can tell it is definitely a little bit right heavy compared to left, but I didn't think it'd get marked down to a 9. With 3 10s though, I don't really have much else to say. It's a nice card. I try to take care of all of my cards, but hey, 3 10s and a 9, I'm okay. Fun card here. This was out of another. What did I find? I think I ended up finding a couple packs of PRB. Oh no, this is from OP12. Never mind. I opened a few boxes of OP12. This card came from there. So here again, 2 10s, 2 9.5s, very common with One Piece. We'll see a lot of those. As always, hoping to get a black label. I still only have one at this point in time. With one piece though, and how much I have, as I submit them, I'm hoping I can get more than one of them, but we'll see. Here is a Shanks on our alt art. All 9.5s on this one. That one actually was a little surprising. No other 10s, but still great looking Shanks card. I love the colors on this one. If you've ever played in a One Piece tournament, especially a pre-release tournament, you very much need to have this Rainbow Luffy because you play all of the cards. Luffy is pretty much your leader. Then you can play any of the cards you get. But because of that, this one I did play with a little bit. Edges got a 9, surface a 10, centering corners both got a 9.5. I didn't think that it was that bad on the edges here. I tried to take care of that one as we played, but oh well. Got a 9. We still got a 10 on the surface, so nice card. I'll be holding that one for a long time. I told you guys there was another card I really, really wanted a black label on. This was from, I believe, the same box that I had that booth first on the manga alt art event card. But this is the SP from OP12 all black card. I figured what better card to get a black label than this one. I think that would have looked amazing. 2 10s, 2 9.5s, centering and edges. The edges, I don't see anything on the edges that's wrong here. Centering, maybe bottom is a little heavier than top. So that's why I can see the 9.5 there. But I was really hoping that I would get a black label. This card would look so good. Just have a black with the black label up top. I thought that would be awesome. 9.5. Again, can't complain. This card comes from JTS, my first ever Frozen Fractor. AB, -2 out of 0. But again, 9.5. Corner's got a 9. Star Wars, that corner has a little bit of whiting on it, so that's probably why. But we did get a 10 coming from a Star Wars card, so that's pretty good. 10, 9.5, 9.5, and a 9. But first ever Frozen Fractor of any sport, any entertainment set, anything like that, so I'm happy. We're back to a few baseball cards. We got some more Shohei. Surface 10, 2 9.5s, and the centering got a 9. Don't know these. I mean, your guess is as good as mine on how you graded a 9 on centering on this one. Top, bottom, left, right. I mean, if I'm looking at just the width between here and here on the sides, those look good. I don't know if it's because they're saying the space between here and then to the top of the circle, maybe, that this needs to be a little thicker to make it more centered, but who knows. Can't complain with the Shohei rookie getting a 9.5. This one, we have Cosmic the Sun Shohei on the Dodgers from 2024. This is one of my favorite cards of Shohei. Just because it is a short print, yes, it's the Sun, the easiest to get, but this set is so cool. This particular insert set, I love it. And it got a 10. Corners again, 9.5. The other two, or the corners a 9, the other two a 9.5. But like I told you, the corners got hammered. I don't see anything wrong on any of these corners. I don't see any whiting, no roundness, no fluff. So it is what it is, but even with 110 there, pretty nice. I do think it's funny that the edges get a 10 and the corners get a 9 when there is no fluffy, no edges, no roundness on the corners. Like, if the edges got a 10, why did the corners get a 9? No idea. For our hockey fans, we got one hockey card in here. We opened up these boxes of 23-24 Upper Deck, chasing the Connor Bedard, trying to hit the $1 million bounty gold 1-of-1 Young Guns. This is not the gold, this is the base version, but it came back a 9.5 also. Edges got a 9, not super surprised. You can see some fluff as you go around here. They're not super crisp, things like that, but 9.5, can't complain. Paul Skeens Gold, his market's been at crazy. We'll see what it does this year. Of course, winning a Cy Young is pretty big. Him and Jacob Mizorowski got some good pitchers coming up in the majors here. Young pitchers, too. He just needs some backup from the offense. But corners 9, 9.5 on everything else. This one is numbered. So we have that one. But got a gold Paul Skeens. Had to get it graded. This is my favorite Shohei rookie. Yes, you see that it is the refractor. 9.5. Edges got a 9. But everything else getting a 9.5. I am very happy. This was the one I was most concerned about, worried about, just hoping that it would at least get a 9.5 coming from Beckett. You know, tried to keep that card clean, looked at the edges. So I'm happy with this one. I will be holding this probably forever. Another Shohei rookie, Revolution. That one actually got a 10 on the surface. Corners got a 9. You tell me. I'll say the same thing over and over. The corners look like corners here, but it did get a 9. The other two, a 9.5. Overall, the card got a 9.5. The number of Gem Mint Shohei rookies, I am not sad about. So this Bowman card actually came from the same box as the other one. This one got a 9.5 on 3 of them, and then a 9 on the edges. Not super surprised by the 9, like I said. It was just in the sleeve. So I'm happy that that one came back a 9.5 with the other one getting a 9. Here's a Topps Shohei rookie. Kind of like the Topps Chrome, but 3.95. Centering got a 9. It's a little heavier on this side than this one. Top is definitely heavier than the bottom. So I don't know if this one gets a 9 on centering. You guys, let me know what you think. You saw some of the other cards, especially the lower grades with like an 8 and an 8.5 centering. I don't think they were that bad, but there you have it. Winter Parallel Walmart Shohei rookie, 3.95s and a 9 on the surface. So many gem mints, like I said. I've been having these sitting for a number of years now. I figured it was time to get them sent off, and so that's what we did. So here we have 3.95s and a 9 on centering. And here we have 3.95s and a 9 on surface. But take your pick. Which 9.5 blue Legends in the Making Shohei rookie is better? This one or this one? I'm interested to see what you guys think, how you feel about the grades. Comment down below. Let me know. Like, what do you think weighs more, or how do you decide more heavily what you choose when you're going to buy cards or grades? Or if you had to choose between those two, which one would you get and why? Very much I want to know. This one, super excited about. as you see, the 1 of 1 Todd Parasha, Andy Roddick auto, 9.5 and a 10 surface. We talked about it. Cracked ice, this kind of stuff usually has a tough time grading. It got a 9.5. The corners got a 9. There's a little bit of whiting right there on that corner. Everything else, though, looks good to me. But 9, 5, 10 on a 1 of 1. Can't complain. Super awesome looking card. You guys remember watching in the stream when we pulled it? That was fun. And we got 2 cards left. These are going to be both of our 10s. OP5, we got the Rebecca alt art. 3 10s, 9.5 on the edges. I don't know. I don't know how you grade the edges, but there you have it. And our last card, the Law, 3 10s, 9.5 on centering. This is the leader of Law coming from OP10. But we were able to get a couple 10s. That's the submission. You guys let me know which card was your favorite. How do you feel? What do you think? Just let me know your general impressions, any questions you have. I appreciate you. Thank you for watching, and let me know down below. How do you feel about all of that? Can't wait to see your comments. And until next time, we will see you later.